you guys on your calculators, but again, today is going to be pretty darn easy because it is just formulas. So if you know the formula, it's pretty easy to do. All right, we are talking about circles today. We want to be able to calculate the area and circumference of a circle given the radius or diameter. So a circle is a set of points equidistant from a center. So I don't know if you guys have ever made a circle, but you can make a circle pretty easily using a string. And so what happens is you take your little string, and it's a certain distance, maybe from the end of my pin here, all right? And you take that string and you just fix your string and then extend your circle around that center point. So we have every circle has a center, and then that distance that we get all the way around the circle, that set of all the points that creates the circle, that distance is called the radius, but we'll talk about here. The center, C, I'm just going to write C, is the center of this circle here to the left. The radius is the distance from the center to any point on the circle. So the radius is the distance from the center of the circle to any point. So to right here, that would be called the radius. I'm going to call that R for radius. And that radius is the same length wherever we draw it. So from the center to over here also has a distance, the same distance. Maybe it's 5 units, I don't know. All the way around, that radius is always the same. The diameter is the distance across the circle through the center. So the diameter has to go from edge to edge, but it has to pass through the center of the circle. So that is our diameter D. It goes all the way across. Hey, what's the relationship between the diameter and the radius? Radius times 2. Very good, yes. The radius times 2, because from the center to this point, that's a radius, R. And again, from the center to the edge this direction, that is another radius. So 2 radiuses matches up with a diameter. All right? So if you know your radius, can you figure out the diameter? The diameter just doubles your radius. All right? So pretty easy. All right. So circumference is the distance around the circle. It is very much like perimeter. All right, imagine if we were to cut anywhere on this circle, use scissors and cut that circle and stretch it out. It's the length that we get if we were to stretch out that circle. And so circumference is really all the way around the circle. So it goes all the way around the circle, and it's that length, whatever it happens to be. So the nice thing is we have some very special formulas. So our area, the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. The area of a circle is pi times radius squared, and the circumference of a circle is 2 times pi times the radius, which is kind of interesting. So as long as you know your radius, you're good to go. So we want to find the area of each circle, round to the nearest tenth. So this is finding area. Again, this is a formula you're going to need to memorize. So it's just good. I want to show you one thing. Look at this formula, pi r squared. We're talking about area, and remember, area is how many squares cover, right? How many squares cover, so that's why it's squared. Now, calculus actually shows us that the relationship between this, look at, all you have to do is take your power and drop it down, and you get 2 pi r. Do you see that? If you take your power and just slide it down in front, that is circumference. All right? But that's calculus, so you don't have to know that right now. But we're just using the formulas. All right, we want to find the area. The area is pi times radius squared. And so what is our radius in number 1? 3. So it's just pi times 3 squared. Will you put that into your calculator, please? And we want to round to the nearest tenth. Do you know where pi is on your calculator? Sorry. I'm going to borrow your calculator. All right. Sorry, I just realized you guys were in 8th grade, not 10th grade. Okay. So on your calculator, you have a lovely pi button, which is right here in blue. Do you see that button right there above the caret button? All right. So you're going to do second pi and then times 3 squared. There, if you will. And we get 28.3. And that would be meters squared because we're talking about area. And it's squared. All right. Number 3. On number 3, what's the 14 yards telling us? Diameter, yeah, 14 yards is the diameter, D for diameter. What's the radius then? 7, very good. So the radius is 7, 7 and 7 would be the radius. So our formula for area is pi radius squared. And so our radius is 7. Will you plug that into your calculator? Pi times 7 squared. 153.9. And again, we're talking about yards in square form. Square yards. What about number 4? Here, what is the 31 referring to? Diameter. Again, that's diameter. How are we going to figure out the radius? Cut it in half. Yeah, so we're going to do 31 divided by 2, and that gives me 15.5 for the radius. All right, so the area is pi times radius squared. So pi times 15.5 squared. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're doing this stuff, this is all you have to write down, and then your answer. 754.8, and we're talking kilometers squared. Okay. Write down the formulas until you have it memorized. That is the best way to memorize something. Just keep writing it down until it's solid. Okay. Number 5 and 6. A half of a circle. What do you think half of a circle is called? Semicircle. Very good. Semi means half. Semicircle. All right. And so how do you suppose we're going to figure out the area of a semicircle? Cut it in half. Yeah, take half of it. So to find the area of a semicircle, we're still doing the same thing, pi times radius squared, but we only want half of it. So we're just going to divide it by 2 or multiply by half. Either way works. Okay, so 16 is the radius. Good. So we're going to do pi times 16 squared and then divide it by 2. Plug that into your calculator. I need everyone to try it and make sure you're plugging it in correctly. $402.1 centimeters squared. Raise your hand if you got 402.1. Sweet. Okay, good. Good. All right, on number 6, what is 22.6? Diameter. Very good. How do we figure out the radius? Cut it in half. 22.6 divided by 2, 11.3. Very good. All right, so our radius is 11.3, and if I want the area, pi times radius squared, but this is only half a circle, so we want to divide it by 2. All right. It's so easy, isn't it? Kind of nice. All right, what's your answer for number 6? 200.6, and we're talking inches squared. All right, give me a thumbs up. How are you feeling about area? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, very good. Come to a little página. Turn the page. Okay. You guys, I have to look and see what your homework is because I am not remembering. Yeah, if it's a Delta Math or paper, I'm not sure. Oh, right. Okay. All right. So that was area. What? It's paper. All right. Now we are looking at to find the circumference. What's the formula for circumference? 2 times pi times radius. You'll notice this formula, nothing is squared. In area, we get units squared. The circle, we've got something squared. This does not. It's just 2 times pi times r. So to find the circumference, 2 times pi times radius. 2 times pi times, what's our radius for 7? 17. Very good. It says round to the nearest tenths. What do we get when we round to the nearest tenths? 106.8 millimeters. Not units squared because we're talking about just a length. How long is that distance around the circle? What do we need to do for number 9? Cut it in half. Yeah, 19 is the diameter, so the radius is 19 divided by 2, which is 9.5. Okay, so circumference is 2 times pi times radius. And what do we get? 59.7 centimeters. Excellent, excellent. Okay, do you guys have any questions on circumference? Super easy, right? Love formulas. Formulas make life so easy. Okay. So applications. Let's look at these really fast. It says find the radius of a circle if its area is 706.9 millimeters. They're talking about area. What formula should I write down? Area equals pi times radius squared. Good. All right, pi times radius squared. What can we plug in? The area, yeah, the area was 706.9, so I'm going to put that in there, 706.9 in place of the area, and that's going to allow me to figure out the radius. Gentlemen, what should we do first to figure out the radius? Not yet. Right now this says pi times the radius squared, so we got to get the radius all by itself. What should we do? Divide by pi. Yeah, we're going to divide by pi on both sides, which is kind of interesting. Divide by pi, divide by pi. Again, I need to know that you know how to use your calculator. Go ahead and put 706.9 divided by pi on your calculator. What do you get? Hey, 225 equals the radius squared. Now, how do you get r all by itself? How do we get rid of the power of 2? Square root it. Very good, you guys. We're going to square root both sides. The square root and the square cancel out, and we get 15. So that's going to be 15 millimeters for the radius. My phone is so screwy. It's the whole AI thing. It's supposed to like know when I'm at work. Okay, Jesus. Okay. Number 13. Number 13, it says the circumference of a circle is 41.8 feet. What formula should I write down right off the bat? C equals 2 times pi times r. Beautiful. And it said the circumference is 41.8 feet. Where am I going to put the 41.8 feet? Yeah, in place of C, because it said it's circumference. And then it says find the diameter of the circle. Okay. Well, we'll get there. So I'm going to plug in the 41.8, and then that's equal to 2 times pi times r. Ooh, this is tricky. All right, how do we get r by itself? Divide by 2 and divide by pi. Do you suppose we can do it all at the same time? Yeah. So we actually can, but it is very, very tricky. When we divide by the 2 and divide by the pi, they cancel out on the right-hand side, so r is all alone. But in your calculator, you have to be very careful. You need to make sure that you put parentheses around this. So in your calculator, you can type in 41.8 divided by parentheses 2 times pi inside parentheses. That will give you the right answer. In your calculator, if you type in 41.8 divided by 2 pi like that, you're going to get the wrong answer. Why? They're not the same. They don't match. So, yeah, what the calculator is doing, it's doing exactly what you're telling it to. It's going to take 41.8 divided by 2 and then times it by pi. But in reality here, we're dividing by the 2 and dividing by the pi. And so you could also do it this way. You could do 41.8 divided by 2 divided by pi. You'll also get the same answer. Okay? Kind of interesting. Either of those work, but this one is wrong. So I just encourage you, when we're dividing by more than one thing, put parentheses around it. All right, what do we get for an answer? Did you divide or multiply? 6.7? Yeah, 6.7. Okay. So the radius is 6.7. Okay. What's the diameter? Because we want to know the diameter. Yeah, so 6.7 times 2, and we get 13.3-ish. Yeah, 3 or 4. I don't know what. It's okay. 4. If you take it, I guess that would be 4. If you double that. Okay. All right. Are you guys okay? Yeah? Is that pretty good? All right. Keep those notes handy. Everybody should be able to color it. No extra credit. Color it. Yeah.